find the music. I meant to... Hold on. Hold on, I wanted to put music in the background. The happy music. Where is it? Uh-oh. Or did I move it? I can't find it. I can't find it. Oh, no! Restart from the beginning! Restart from the beginning! Restart! And then I hit the wrong button. And now the music's too loud! Oh, we're off to a great start. Uchuchuu, everybody! Uchuchuu! 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 僕はMyobitan desu. Yoroshichu! My finger is gonna be hovering over the mute button a lot today because I still have a really nasty, icky cough, as you could probably read down there. You do not want to hear it. So if I cut out intermittently, like in the middle of stuff, or there's like a long pause of silence, I'm sorry. It's probably me coughing my lungs out. I gotta cough out the rest of the yuck. Uchuchuu, yoroshichu! I missed you guys. Hello, Uchuchuu Dogtooth, Uchuchuu Sukura. You deleted it. Oi. Oi. You undelete my my source files right now. Mr. Manstar. Not Tessa. Got him. It's been there for a while. Nanax Uchuchuu. Okay, fine. Only because you told me to. Hi! Let me move my mic a little closer to me. Hello! Hopefully that doesn't destroy anything. Goodness. I was having technological issues and I was trying to solve them ahead of time, but you know my luck. Everything has to go wrong at the most crucial points. Hello! I am doing so much better. Sorry if I still sound a little congested. It's because I am. Honestly, like, no one else in the house is sick. No one else I live with is sick. It was just me. And it started, like, Sunday evening? And I was like, I'm gonna go to bed early. I'll drink water, go to bed early. Hopefully nip this in the bud, because it feels like, you know, that feeling of, like, the sinuses for your ears kind of, like, draining to your throat? That kind of uncomfortable, itchy feeling? I was feeling that. And I was like, okay, we gotta try and prevent this. And then Monday, I had no voice. And then Tuesday, I still had no voice. And then Wednesday, I had a fever. Or at least I felt feverish, apparently. But my face hurt from my sinuses. And my nose was so runny. I was going through tissues like crazy. And I had just the terrible cough. And then it was Friday where things started looking up. And I coughed up. Okay, I'm gonna be gross. I'm very sorry. I just want to keep you guys informed of my woes. I coughed up just the most, in one cough, the most radioactive yellow gunk. Like, into a tissue, obviously, but I was like... like, that was in my chest! That's awful! So, a lot of that has cleared out now. Because at least coughing it out means it was in the stage to be coughed out. But you could still hear there's still yuckiness in me. that I'm still coughing out, but the radioactive stuff seems to have mostly been cleared out. Gomenne. Sorry for your ickies. That's usually, I feel like your entire household usually catches strays from every wave of illness in the county. It's always like somebody, but I tend to get the worst versions of whatever people bring home. I told you not to eat the radioactive chicken, but chicken, yummy! Yummy! Like, it's kind of like when I was smaller. You know, it goes one of two ways. I either don't get sick, but I incubate whatever the yuckiness is and I pass it on to other people. I did that with strep throat several times when I was small. Or it evolves and I incubate it and then I am the one that gets the worst version. That's what happened last year with the flu. And I was the sickest I've ever been in my life. I almost had to go to the hospital. It's like, okay, if this is still this bad tomorrow, we're going to the hospital. I was like, okay. The mucus coughing stage of colds always makes me wish I could flip my lungs inside out and scrub that down with steel. Exactly! I was just thinking that, like, just put, and then just, like, you just wanna clean them. Be clean. The chickens are radioactive as well as the shrimp now. All the yummies are becoming inedible. But Sven took very good care of me, and Bee took very good care of me. I feel so bad. Sven was so worried because he'll meow, usually to let me know, like, oh, I need more water, or hey, it's breakfast time. And even if it's not something I can attend to right away, like, okay, give me 5 minutes or whatever, I respond to him, you know? But I was so out of it and in bed that I didn't respond to him, and you could hear him get more panicked. It would be like, meow. And then there were pause like, meow. And they were like, meow, meow. And he was getting closer. And then eventually he stopped. He would be like right next to me, like, meow. And then he'd start sniffing my face, like cuddling up with me, like, oh no. What's wrong? How do I fix this? I was like trying my best to croak out, like, hi, buddy. Pancake didn't help, just stood there and looked pretty. He didn't even register what was happening. But, so Sven pretty much stayed by my side the entire time. He only got up to, you know, do his business, drink, eat. But he stayed smacked up against me, like, pretty much all week. Which is very sweet, but I felt so bad, like, I wish I could help. Like, assure you, I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna be okay. I need to rest. What a supreme tier boy. Absolutely. Supreme tier is so fitting. He's such a good... He now seems a little cranky with me. He doesn't seem to like that I'm clearly more active, but I'm still coughing and stuff. He's like, can you stop? Well, speaking of which... Boy. But he's a good boy. He's taking a snooze on my bed right now. He's probably exhausted from all the worrying. Oh, he's such a good boy. Damn. Oh, you're messing with me. I saw that I muted. Don't you make me panic. Don't you do it. Haven't I been through enough? No! Yeah! Before you are 2 stars, one only lies, the other tells the truth. Jerk. I did miss you guys a lot. It was really hard, because at some point, you know, you get real bored, and no matter what I watched or what game I played, I was having trouble feeling happy, because, you know, I was sick. Hydrate? I will hydrate, thank you. I'm treating myself to a little cookie cola. 2 head pats for 1! But the problem with getting bored is I start to get too... I'm left alone with my thoughts. And you know, it's like, oh, what, you can't handle being left alone with your thoughts? It's like, I'm in Eldritch Horror. I perceive all time, all future eventualities, all past, present, future is happening at the same time. And now that I'm in this form to walk amongst humans, it's a lot harder for my brain to process all that information. So if I keep myself occupied, you know, it puts all that power into living in the present, which is much better for you. But when I can't be occupied, then I experience all those things at once. And it makes me freeze up a lot, and it's not always pleasant. I found myself lately getting stuck in the past a lot. Not in a good way. A lot of regrets and a lot of things that couldn't have been changed no matter what. So those aren't pleasant, you know? And the future is... how to describe it? Like, maybe I'll bring up MS Paint for this, but maybe you can visualize with just my words. Say you... How life goes is, at least from the perspective of a horror, let's say you flip a coin, you know? Say you got a quarter and you flip a coin, catch it in midair, and you think there's one of 2 options. It's heads or it's tails. There are 2 realities in that moment before you open your hand and find out. One where it branches and it's heads, and the other where it's branches and it's tails. That's how the future works. But in a much more complicated way, you know, there's always more factors than heads or tails. In that point of time, you flip a coin. Before you catch it, a bird comes down and catches the coin instead and flies off. That's a 3rd option. 4th option, you miss catching the coin. It falls down and it rolls away into a storm drain. That's a 4th. Sometimes the coin lands on its edge, and there's so many factors that lead up to you. Maybe you didn't even flip a coin to begin with. Maybe you didn't end up coming to that crossroads where you wanted to make a choice with a coin flip. So I see all of those at once, and I get very paralyzed trying to make the right decision, because living amongst humans, I have to experience time like humans. I can't experience all possibilities. Time only moves one way in one reality. That's very hard for you guys. Like, I don't know if you noticed it, but that's very hard for you guys. And it's hard for me too, because I can see all these possibilities. And I think it makes me freeze up trying to make the best decision. Or I get sad because no matter what the outcome is, there is no... there is no quote-unquote good outcome. You know? And there's some stuff going on in real life that, you know, has become more complicated while I was sick. Being amongst humans, you also have to experience taxes and traffic. Yeah, those are equally bad as existential dread. But there's some things that have become tougher, and the branches that have quote-unquote good outcomes are far fewer than the branches that are just bad outcomes, or at least more stressful outcomes. So, I'm glad I'm feeling better, but there is also... things might be a little rough the next coming weeks for me. That's life. Forgot how I started this. What was the point? The long and short of it is I'm very glad to be back with my stars, because ultimately being with you guys is the best form of being in the present. I don't have to worry about the outcomes or see all of them. I don't have to worry about all the past ones. I just get to be happy in the present. So I'm glad I can be back and doing that. Yeah. I guess that was a very complicated way of saying it, but my brain don't work like a normal people's. So now you all have to suffer for it. I'm happy. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to see my own little smiling face reflected back at me in OBS. Yay! Wow! Yeah, happy. I'm glad. I felt really bad that I was really out of it, so I felt like I didn't do a good job keeping up to date or still engaging with you guys. I started getting scared, like, don't forget me! I'll be back as soon as I can! And I pushed myself a little too much too early. And I think that definitely delayed some of my recovery. Oh, hold on. Wah! But I've been on lately this kind of, and I don't even know totally if you could say nostalgia. I guess it would be nostalgia for the type of games, even though they aren't like games I played back in the day. But I have been on a kick of more nostalgic games, so I was very appreciative of the older libraries that are available on the Switch. Because I don't know if you saw Twitter, but I started and almost finished Legend of Zelda Minish Cap while I was sick. Which I had never played before. It was just never a game I had. But I don't know, it made me feel cozy, and it also made me feel like a gamer and smart. Like solving puzzles and just like tearing through it like so fast. But it also does, with as simple as like the characters, the story are, and the world, it really makes you feel like you're on this grand adventure that's affecting the people around you. Yeah. I'm in the final dungeon, and I got really stuck on a while for a puzzle. Oh, hold on, I gotta mute again. Oh, sorry. I got stuck on this puzzle for a really long time. And I finally made it through in the puzzle in the dungeon. And then it went to a sort of mid-boss. And I ended up dying. And then, of course, when you come back, it's... And I know you probably shouldn't save when it's, like, save after your game over, but, like, it's just so second nature to me, like, okay. But so that means I came back without any of the fairies in a bottle, because they got used up in the fight. And I felt so frustrated that I just closed it, and I haven't picked it back up. But I'm so close to the end, you know? It's a really dumb boss. And I feel... Okay, I feel particularly frustrated because it feels like one of those bosses. If I'm just more patient, maybe I could have beat it, but also not because of its attack patterns. You used to be so easy to soft lock yourself at the end of it. Yeah. Oh, I have something to say about that too, about a modern game that I soft locked myself in that I'm pissed about. But, this is a pretty famous video that came out like 10 years ago now, but Egoraptor, Aaron Hansen of Game Grumps fame, he had a series of sequelitis, but he talked about Ocarina of Time. And pretty much any time I fight a boss in a kind of adventure game, I always think about how he had so much complaints about how much waiting there is. Where, like, okay, you block, and then you wait for the opening, and you hit. And I disagree with a lot of his thoughts on the Ocarina of Time, as a lot of people do. But I always think about that, because anytime there's, like, bosses in games where it's like that, it's like, yeah, that's just almost every boss. That's learning attack patterns. I'm like watching clips of them playing things like Dark Souls or things like that. It's like, that's the same thing with, like, you roll, avoid damage, then the opening, and you hit. That's just combat. That's just combat in video games. But he had such a problem with it. So anytime, like, I feel like I get frustrated with a boss because I have to guard for what feels like too long for my little wretched brain, and I want to get mad, I think about him complaining about it, and I was like, you know what? It's fine. I don't want to agree with Aaron on this one. Oh, I got a cough, sorry. Woo. Video is 14 years old. Good heavens! Where does the time go? Like, it's not something unique to Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, and I really don't think it's that different from the previous Zelda games too much. I feel like there is an aspect of it that was necessary because it was working in three-dimensionality, and that the limitations of the time definitely should be taken into account. And I don't mean that just as a nostalgic way, but of, like, what they were able to do and how they were able to convey this action the best they could with the resources they had, especially for something that was so new. Aaron would lose his mind over that one video of a guy punching a dragon to death over the course of 16 minutes in the Dark Souls 3. Damn! That's a power move. It's interesting because, like, the previous sequelitis ones, I think are a great showcase of, like, aspects of game design that people don't really actively think about. but like how it passively teaches you things like the game, the mechanics, what to expect. And it gives you new appreciation for a lot of game design, I think. And I think he made it in such a funny and forward way for those earlier ones that I think a lot of people now are more conscious of it. And that's wonderful. I know it helped me be more realize more, be more conscious of, oh, that was smart, you know? Valkyrie Time was a lot more clunky, I think. Are you criticizing my nostalgia? Are you some sort of nostalgia critic? Am I that guy with the glasses.com? But I have been on a nostalgic video game kick. I've been looking into maybe playing more games from the GameCube era. That era of gaming, of just games that are quirky, that I hadn't gotten a chance to play. Pulls out gun and shoots at the screen. I mean, wouldn't that be very in character for me? He does it so you don't have to. Beepy! Uchuchuu! I am gonna try and keep this to about an hour. I can feel myself getting kind of gunky as I'm talking, even though I'm so excited. I need to be responsible. Oh, but what I was gonna say about modern games soft-locking you, and I think I talked about it before, and I try not to be too mad because I know I don't have, because I didn't get as far in the game, I don't have as much, backing for why I don't like it, but it makes me really mad because it is a modern game that came out in like the last 2-3 years, and the fact that you could soft-lock yourself so easily, and it's not charming enough to make me like want to put up with having to restart the whole damn thing because I can't go back to the last save because that's how we got soft-locked. Tales of Arise, which you know I must be pretty bitter about it because I say how much I do love the Tales of games, but honestly, some of the Tales of games can be so hit or miss. Cause like, I don't like Tales of Abyss. And that's like so many people's favorite, which if you talk to them, you find out a lot of it's nostalgia, but like, hot damn, that game doesn't play good. I do not like the characters, and the message that they give is terrible. And before you say like, oh, well, don't worry, halfway through, like, Luke gets better. Shut up! I like Luke. I thought he was an interesting character, and then you learn more about him, and you feel really bad for him, and then they just abuse this child until he finally admits to just being like, well, I guess I'll just listen to this mean lady all the time, and that'll solve the problem. And I got 3/4 through that game. I went past that point. You said he gets better? He doesn't. He just gets more quiet and hurt and sad, and I don't want to play a game where I watch them abuse a child into being a child soldier and tell me it's a good thing. Shut up! I'm very passionate about this. But yes, I've soft-locked, because I play the Tales of games with B. She's like my co-pilot. Like, I do the actual playing, but we like to enjoy the story together and stuff like that, you know? So we are at this point because they changed part of the battle system where, and people always shit on Zestiria, even though Zestiria is so, like, really good, and the battle system for Zestiria was way better and more, like, user-friendly, especially for, like, new people to the Tales of series. Also multiplayer when we can. Yeah. Like Vesperia. But, so in Arise, you get, we'll call it MP, because most people understand, like, your magic points, you know? It's not called that in Tales of, but I'm gonna use it as the term so that maybe it's easier to understand. You get a set amount of MP that can only be restored at rest points. So you have an overworld and stuff like that, but then when you go into a dungeon, it's not individual characters have an MP bar, it's the whole party has one MP bar. and you can only restore it at rest points. And rest points, frequently, when it's before the boss, are one-time use. So if you save after using it, which is not uncommon, that means even if you reload a save, you cannot use the MP boost. And you think like, well, why that's the problem? You already used it, you saved, it's maxed out, right? Well, say you have trouble on a boss because they expected you to do a lot more side missions, optional ones. So you're under-leveled, it turns out. Well, you can grind, but that means you're gonna go into the final boss with no MP, no magic, so no healing, no resurrection, and this boss in particular has a gimmicky full party wipe, so you're really gonna need that magic. It's like, oh, Yobi, what about items? Aren't there MP restoring items? Yeah! Later in the game, it is physically impossible to get more MP restoring items in the game at this point in the game. So, you can grind. We've already saved. We can grind in this dungeon and just not have any MP. And we'll be leveled up. But that means for the boss, with the gimmicky full party wipe, you would have to be so over-leveled. I don't think that you can level to the point where you'd have enough HP to have, like, survive that hit. It's designed that way. So we have to start the whole game over again. And yeah, I know we were still in like the first third. Oh, sorry, hold up. But it's a 60+ hour JRPG. You know how many hours we're gonna have to redo? They also shared HP bar? Nope. I'm so mad. Also, for some reason, well, not for some reason, Bandai Namco pushed the game out too soon. The camera in the final boss frequently breaks, and it'll get locked onto the ground, so you can't see the boss, you can't see your player characters. It sucks. Also, the game looked ugly compared to other times. Yeah. Like 10 or so. It's a lot of time investment to have to redo, and then have to put in extra time doing the optional subquests. The battle system is worse. The character design is worse. The character writing is worse. I will hydrate, thank you. I'm very frustrated with it, and I don't want to be, and everybody says, oh, finally, JRPGs are good. Oh, finally, you know, this is the best Tales of game ever. You're wrong. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, it's probably people who don't like JRPGs now saying this. But this is not a good game. This is especially not a good Tales of game. I think it's the fact that it has the Tales of name that makes it even worse. They changed the buttons iconically used until... They did! They changed the whole button layout. And then I think only after an update could you change the button configuration. How you doing? Black Dog Comics, Uchuchuu! I've been sick! Thank you. I drank. So it makes me very mad. And as long as there's charming enough characters, I can pull through the most ass game imaginable. No. No. It's not. They didn't. Tales of games are so good at making charming characters, but they fumbled it. And I'm not saying the characters are necessarily bad, but the strength of the character writing is just not there. Like things like Vesperia, Zestiria, Berseria, they make you attached to the characters, at least your main character, immediately. You know? You're like, oh, this is a little guy, and I want good things for them. And even characters that they introduce that you kind of think suck, at the beginning, by the end, they make them very lovable. But so far, everybody's just very bland and boring. Did you do LACC? No. After AX, there was a pretty bad emergency, so I don't think I'm gonna be able to do conventions or go anywhere for quite some time. What's the most ass game that you actually enjoyed? Oh. See, I feel like that makes it difficult because there's lots of games in the Sonic franchise that I love that people will claim are ass. And I just think they're wrong. Sonic Shovel Accident! I did not have that, but I had fun in the way that it's like such a disaster. I don't know if that counts. Accident! I do want to try playing it again. Oh, I got a cough. I'm sorry. Woo! I'm trying to think. What's the most, like, objectively bad game that I still enjoyed? I know there are some because I've talked to B about it. Like, I don't recommend this, but I enjoy this. Visual novels are games. Right? I might know the answer then. I say, looking at my merch. You don't have to say it out loud, Beepsy. You're so mean. Oh. Wait, thank it. I forgot that it does that. I got a headband now. Thank you for the headband. Small. Wait, where's my gun? Oh, do I not have it here? Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. But, oh, crap. No, it's here. Ah, I have it. Thank you. Ah! Punishment. You hated most of it? I wouldn't say I hated most of it. I just have parts that were particularly wretchedly bad. Hey, check out this bug I found. Bug in one hand, AR-15 in the other, and a maid headband. Tell your family this is your favorite streamer. But yeah, I got really into dramatical murder, and I still have fondness for it. Deep bullet hell. And I have strong opinions about it. And I camped out on the forums where they were releasing the fan English patch of the second game, Dramatical Murder Reconnect. I made memes. I wrote essays and articles about aspects of it, which it is not a game that deserves all that. You got to go. Gamba Bippy! I love you! Wait, is punishment for dramatical murder liking? Because, I mean, that's fair. And I'll still get into arguments with people about it if given the option. If I think their takes are bad. But that's a flaw in my character more so than anything else. Oh, I need to blow my nose again. Hold on. Okay, thank you very much. I think that it's been a minute. I don't know why this isn't activating, but things have been broken today. I think I've run out of bullets at this point. Yes. Dramatical murder? Yeah. The anime adaptation is particularly ass, but it's also comically ass. Like, they did so many things wrong production-wise at every turn. Unfortunately, I will throw down about my stupid media opinions for the worst reasons. I'm very opinionated. It makes me a brand hazard. The dog walk cycle, or the fact that the beta frames where they didn't even color in Alba's hair. It was a different child wearing like a green shirt and brown hair. Who the hell is that? What is it? It's a visual novel. For adults. That is BL. And it has one of the prettiest characters of all time, Saragaki Alba, in it. I do not recommend it to anyone. I love Alba and Kojaku. They were like my OTP for a long time. Please do not judge me too bad. There's aspects of the game I hate. But there's also parts of it that really, like, I really enjoyed, you know, like, made my heart all fluttery. Because I'm a sucker for childhood friends to lovers. He's good. Also, Honyalala's artwork is incredible. I love their art so much. Oh! I didn't mean to do that. Woo. Honestly, Honyalala is the name of the artist, and they've also done some other stuff. Like, they did the artwork for Hatsune Miku's LOL, Lots of Laughs song, which is incredible. But no matter what, any evidence of them being online or doing anything, like, what I try and find, seems like it stops at, like, 2018. And it makes me sad. Like, what happened? Are they okay? I want to see more of their beautiful art. So, if anyone knows what happened with Honyalala, or where they are now, I think you could find me that information. It would help give me some closure. Wait, Small, what is that? Think? Take on Cats Don't Dance? Oh, sorry. That is a fantastic movie. I used to rent it a lot back in the day. Uh-huh. It's a classic. But yeah, I guess if there was... I feel like I didn't realign my headband correctly. Wait. That's better. Oh, I got a cough again. I'm sorry. like if there's a game that's like not good that I genuinely enjoyed, that's definitely gotta be. I also enjoyed Shadow the Hedgehog and Sonic Heroes. So. But I don't think those are like bad enough to... I think people... And I know Small's here and you've been having trouble with Sonic Heroes, but honestly, I feel like when people have struggled with it, it's a skill issue. Gomenne. What's another... I can think of mediocre games that I've genuinely enjoyed. Like, I really enjoyed Castle Shikigami 3, which was the only one of the series I had, which isn't bad, but it's also not anything fancy. It's okay, and I liked it a lot. Most of the subpart elements are charm points. Yeah. Oh, I got a cough again. I'm trying to think of... I have my shelf over here. I can look at... Oh, my nose is all stuffy. Hold on, I'm gonna go look. I'm gonna go look real fast. See if I can think of any others. Still here. Looking. People say Fire Emblem Fates. I hope you guys can hear me. People say Fire Emblem Fates is bad. I love that game. I recognize its flaws, but like that's a fun game. That's a good game. Forgetting the Sky Soldier was fine. Everyone says it's ass. It's not great, but it's just fine. Looking. Again, we already know I'm super into Sonic, right? No, a lot of the games, like even ones that like are like lower quality that people might say are bad, I think are just like, you know, kind of average, but I really like them. So I wouldn't say that they're bad, you know? Did you hear me while I was shouting? I hope so. Hold on. Oh, good heavens. I'm sure there's been plenty others I've played in the past. Probably a lot I've played that were like free-to-play stuff. You audible? Excellent. Hold on, let me look at my... I don't think there's anything I've played on Steam, because Steam is a lot more recent of a thing for me. Like, I didn't really use Steam until I became a VTuber, because I didn't have a computer that was strong enough to really run anything before. But I don't think there's any game that I've played on there that's is bad, but I love. I don't know, maybe it's because I'm counting bad as like something I'd be embarrassed to admit to enjoying, which is where dramatical murder comes in. Hi, Sven! I was like, if I enjoyed it, how bad could it be? But I guess more it's like the... Oops, what did I just drop on the floor? I heard something clatter. I don't know! I don't know! It is an interesting query, though. I'm sure there's more. I'm sure there's more. I think probably in like big name games, Fire Emblem Fates probably definitely fits there. I would argue it's not as bad as people think. I think the localization the North American Nintendo team did some ass decisions, you know, but like the story suffered a lot for that, but I certainly wouldn't call it a bad game, you know? There's a lot about it that's fantastic. I think it's just also because it was following the new Fire Emblem formula that there was a lot of older fans that were pissed off about it. And that they did made a lot of decisions that were just to wring more money out of consumers, which is always, you know, awful. But as a game itself, I think there was a lot of things that they improved upon, and a lot of great characters they introduced, and a lot of great new classes they introduced, and aesthetics. Oh, buddy, watch it. Don't grab the keyboard. He's all stretched out over my desk. Hi, buddy. You want tummy time? Okay, tummy time it is. But yeah, I logged a lot of hours into Fates, so. Mail overboard! What? What? Did I fall off a ship? Ooh. I'm trying to end the stream so you don't tucker yourself up. Probably. I am coughing. I'm getting all congested from talking. I did want to have a... Speaking of expensive games, Sonic Crossworlds. I did want to have, num 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 num. A full transparency moment, which maybe you guys will think, like, oh, Myobi, come on. I was gonna have stream today be more around 2 o'clock, but late last night, my Oshi posted about he's got a sponsored stream for Sonic Crossworlds today, which he just got back from Japan. So he's gonna be jet-lagged to hell, but also he doesn't like Sonic games. Well, it's not like he dislikes them, he just never had interest in them. So I'm excited for him to play even a spin-off Sonic game like this. And it's like, oh, my Oshi! One of my favorite game franchises! Yippee! So that's at 2. So I chose to talk to you guys earlier so I wouldn't feel rushed. So that I could still sit with my cough medicine and, like, blowing my nose and going, yippee! I tried clicking the affiliate link that he has, so I was like, maybe they'll have it, like, discounted? No. Well, then everything worked out great! Like, I feel bad, but when games get that expensive, like $70, I have to be more critical of them, because that is no small chunk of change for me, you know? That's an investment, and it's not even just for, like, tee-hee ha-ha fun. Then it becomes, like, how to get the most enjoyment out of it, and I'm more critical about it as a finished product, because you are charging me an arm and a leg. I'm so hesitant about it, because even trying the test beta, I was able to go, yeah, this is fun, but at the end, it's like, but is it $70 fun? And I'm like, especially because there's more, like, DLC coming out. Uchuchuu stacks Murphy, thank you! 12 months in a row! Happy 1 year! Oh, I got a cough, sorry. I think that upgrades your badge. Nice. Like, Sonic Crossworlds doesn't have to be a perfect game, but when you charge $70, it's gonna have to be a perfect game. You have to at that price point. And you have to have enough content and interesting body to it to justify, like, outside of online content, in order to justify such a high price point. And from what I saw, I don't think it does. Which I really can't say for any racing game it would be worth $70. And that's not a detraction on the amount of effort that went into making it. That's not to say it doesn't play nicely or it's not fun. But it is simply not possible for it to be $70 fun. And that its high price point is its biggest detriment. I don't think the games industry realize this means that we buy less overall. Yeah. Especially because, like, you know, back with the Switch cartridges release, they're like, well, it's about manufacturing the cartridges, you know, it's expensive. But then why digital downloads are they the same price, you know? If that's true, then I should not have to pay as much for digital download. You need more unlockable racers, just like Sonic Riders Zero Gravity. Yeah, and it looks like they're planning to add that with DLC, but that's also kind of ass, because that's going to be more money. I don't know, any kind of multiplayer game where the focus is playing with other people should not be that expensive. It should be less than other standard games because you are just inherently going to have the necessity of other people and an internet connection or an online subscription. And with the servers up, because one day the servers will go down and then you'll just have the base game. You know, that base game better be $70 worth. Hold on, I gotta cough again. Stuff like Elden Ring that's worth the $100 I played for the game in DLC, because I got way more than 100 hours out of it so far. I want to play more, but games have such a big upfront cost. There's a risk of not enjoying it. Yeah! Like, I always hear in the back of my mind people like, why are you so critical of things like this, you know? Why can't you just enjoy stuff? And at the end of the day, it's a lot because just enjoying things comes at such a high price point. So I need to be critical about trailers. I need to be critical about reviewer feedback and things like that. Because I can't... It's not back in the day where I could just save change, do chores, and take my little wad of cash down to Target and try out the game that I liked the box art for. You know? I have to invest. Or, you know, with so much of VTubing, which I want to take this time to thank you all again, your subscriptions, or your tips, or even when you directly buy me games, like, all that money goes back into, like, making it so I can play games, and I can play more recent games, and things like that. But that's also why I want to take it very seriously what I choose to play, because I don't want to burn the money you've entrusted me onto a game that ends up not being fun for me, or you, or bad content. Are you swishing your tail, Sven? You know, this whole shebang right here that you're watching, this is all funded by you guys. Even in ways that you don't think, like, your money, because me and B do a lot of the hard work ourselves, but your money pays for our food. So that we can invest the time to do, like, live 2D rigging or making new assets. It pays for games. It pays for programs that I need to connect things. Or make things work better, or be less of a hassle on my computer. For my first anniversary, you guys successfully crowdfunded new RAM sticks for me. And I don't take that lightly, you know? So I always want to be I want to be critical and smart about how I spend that money that you guys entrusted to me. Like, even when you guys let me do things that are selfish, like buying the new Rune Factory game, or going to AX, I want to come back from those things that maybe we can't experience together with at least stories, or I'm even more pumped up and refreshed or more motivated, because that's a big investment. That's a big investment in me. And I want to see that through. And so right now, even if Sonic Crossworlds looks enjoyable, I can't justify that $70 investment or asking you guys to foot the bill on $70. That's too much. That's too much. Why isn't there a lower cost tier for racing or PvP games? Like, that's why I think, like, as bad as microtransactions are, like, as predatory as they are, there is a benefit to that system that if the game is well made and it's not intrusive ads constantly. Like, things like Fortnite, you're just buying cosmetics and stuff like that, but you still get a full game that you can play with people for free. Like Genshin, I had so many hours plugged into Genshin that the fact that I gave them 15 of my dollars so I could do some rolls is like, I got way more enjoyment per dollar spent. So, like, I don't think that was bad investment at all. Also, playing for like 3 solid years and only spending $15 is pretty... and getting like the characters I did and doing as well as I did, it was just a sign of like how much I enjoyed it when I was playing it. You deserve to play fun games? Thank you. Thank God for the 7 C's, me matey. I mean... yes. Yar. Particularly, thank you, archiving expert, archiving, not experts. I mean experts too, but archiving people who work really hard to archive older games. Because, you know, the companies that own the IPs they don't care about it as, like, art or other people's, like, their developers' hearts and souls being put into it. It's just something that they can maybe re-release one day for more profit. You know, once consoles, they move on to the next generation, support for consoles is no longer kept. You know, a lot of these games very easily could fall into obscurity, and that's incredibly sad. And it is you know, like, at that point, if a game is like X amount of years old, the people who worked on it, they already got paid for what they were gonna get paid for it. So you downloading it somewhere else, allegedly, isn't stealing money from them. That being said, with modern games, I tend to... if it's available where I live, and available in a language I can read, you know, English, I want to be able to... and, you know, it's like, clearly, it wasn't a rushed product kind of thing. Like, something like Scarlet and Violet, I would not want to pay for, because, my gosh, like Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. But, like, if it's clearly something like they made the game, it is a finished product, the people who worked on it, their job security or any royalties they may be able to get depends on sales numbers. I want to be able to pay for it. You know? Because we live in a capitalist hellscape, let's be real. But unfortunately, at the end of the day, with that, there is an aspect that you do have to speak with your dollar. Excuse microtransfer. It keeps games cheap. What's the excuse? Yeah, no, exactly. It keeps some games free. Why is your game $70? Scarlet Violet has to be my personal game. That's bad, but I really enjoy. Yeah, like I got to, when Jelly still lived here, I got to play a little bit of their copy of Violet. And it seemed fun, but it's just the fact that it's so broken and like not well optimized makes it inexcusable for the price point it's asking and for it to be coming from such a huge company like Nintendo. That's unacceptable. Looks like indie is the way to go. Oh, absolutely. I love indie games. I wish I was more competent at making my own games. But, like all things, I have run out of time. I have all the materials and the lessons to learn, but I no longer have the time to sit and learn them. So, and then make all the assets and try things. Being able to try new things and take the time to learn things is a privilege. I'm not an ideas person. I unfortunately am an ideas person. It bogs me down because I think of lots of things, but I fail to have the energy, the time, the drive, the resources, the manpower to make any progress on them. And I still try, but inevitably something comes up and I can't try more than I have. Like, I was trying to learn Blender, but like, enough things happen, you have to prioritize certain things. Like, say you go grocery shopping, you know? This is a metaphor. You go grocery shopping, you fill up your cart with all the food on your list, but oh no, it turns out you only have like a few dollars. What do you spend it on? You know? You put a bunch of stuff back. You go, you know, if I get a chance to later, maybe I'll come back for it. But like, you get the essentials. Bread, milk, potatoes, rice. Depends on what you eat. But you're not gonna spend those few dollars you have on like treats. You're not gonna get cookies. You're not gonna get spices. You can't fill your tummy on that. You have to only think of the essentials, and that's life. And being an adult and like having other dreams or other interests that you want to pursue, especially if you don't have a regular income. And the life you live is kind of, yeah, but you have to put a lot back, and that's my life. I try and start new things, and if I don't pick them up by the time the next emergency happens, odds are it's going to be very difficult for me to pick up later, because I will not have the space for it. I won't have the money. I have to work on the essentials. I have to focus on the essentials. Yeah. Which I hope you know, while streaming is my happy place, it also falls under an essential for me. Not in like a chore of like, oh, I have to do this, you know? But it's one of those things like, because an essential of like, you know, you have to have enrichment. Enrichment in your enclosure. You know? And so no matter how pressed other things get, streaming is my enrichment. It's not up on the chopping block for if I have to start making a lot of harsh choices. It is not anywhere near like the more personal things, like learning how to use Godot. That's absolutely personal. Learning Blender, that's absolutely personal. You know, that's just for my happiness. It doesn't serve like a bigger function, but streaming does so much for me, just mentally. And then the way you guys do support me is such a big difference that it's much more important out of the elective things to do. So if I have to put down a lot of other stuff, I want you to know that I will keep streaming. You know? It's good for me. It makes me happy. Maybe that sounded too sad. I meant it for it to sound reassuring. I'm gonna get flaming hot Cheetos this weekend. That's my winter. Yippee! I gotta cough again. Gosh dang it. I don't know. I've been very introspective because I've been sick. And other stuff happening, so I'm like, okay, we gotta prioritize. You know? I want you guys to know that you guys are a priority. I love being here. I love being Myobi. I love my stars. I'm not giving it up so easily. Even when I was gone for a whole year, I came back. Things were looking really bleak, but I came back. I may not be the best. I may not have the fanciest model or the most charisma. I might not grow a lot. But I'll always be here. I'll always be Myobi. I hope at least that's a little reassuring for you guys. I am constant and inevitable. We're not giving up so easily on you so easily either. Thank you. I think for better or worse, no matter what happens, like in Undertale, despite everything, it's still you. And I only see the negatives of that a lot of times. I cried when I saw that in Undertale, because it made me so sad. But no matter what happens, I'm always Myobi. And it might hold me back in a lot of ways, but also, it means I'll always be here. No matter how long a break might be, no matter how down I might get, I'll be right here. And I think that can be... I think that's my strength. Because sometimes that's the most comforting thing when things are scary or hard, is that something stays the same. You always know where to go to find it. I'll always be right here for you guys. Pick up a rock outside and you will see underneath a Myobi. Like a bug. Bug. Oh, my nose is all congested again. Meh. I also gotta think about... Check out this bug I found. Oh, I didn't even talk about the freaking concert! Ah! Gosh dang it. Now I definitely can tell that I need to stop because my throat's getting scratchy. My nose is getting gunky. Frick bracket. If you haven't seen it yet, the Hollow Stars EN 3D concert for free on the official Hollow Stars English channel on YouTube. Please check it out. they are my favorite idols. Which I don't know if you noticed that yet. But a 3D concert, and also being able to make it free and keep it free is such a big thing. But it's also, for all their hard work, it is a very make or break moment for them. Because you're like, oh, they're part of HoloPro, so if it's going to be the same as HoloLive. No, they do not get the same opportunities as HoloLive. They do not get the same support as HoloLive. They do not get the same funding as HoloLive. But they are incredibly talented entertainers, incredibly talented singers, and a lot of their own blood, sweat, and tears, and the work of so many of like their managers, their direct talent managers and everything, and their hard work and staff went into making it successful. And if you could give it even just one view, one like, it can secure a lot of opportunities for them in the future. Opportunities they very much deserve, but the world isn't so kind to reward hard work and talent appropriately. So it's called Everglow. In fact, I'll hold on. I'm gonna pull it up. Ooh. I'll drop the link in chat. Thank you. I've been watching these boys for quite a while now. I kind of distantly watched Headquarters since they debuted, and then Vanguard, which has my Oshi, I became a lot more active in the community. And you get more of the play-by-play of the struggles they go through. And being on the fan side, you see a lot more of the unfair treatment they get by the public. You know, oh, this person is just a knockoff of this other VTuber that's already popular. Or a lot of unicorns, as they're called, saying like, oh, I don't want these guys near our HoloLive girls. And so they try and actively bar them from opportunities. But they are all very hardworking, talented fellas who deserve a lot more than what they're given. They put a lot of their own personal work and personal, like, funding sometimes, and time into entertaining people, into getting better at what they do. Take singing lessons, dancing lessons, voice acting lessons. They listen and communicate with their communities. They make sure that they stay healthy, and they're always trying to keep an eye out on things that will make the people that support them happy. They really incorporate being an idol. Like, they encapsulate, that's the word I'm looking at, being an idol very well. And unfortunately, in entertainment business, unless you can get numbers, unless you can get eyeballs, if you could get numbers, if you can please the algorithm, if you can't do that, then your parent company isn't going to invest in you. Even if you've shown talent, even if you've shown drive, even if you've put in the work, your greatest enemy can be your own company, your own set of circumstances that are uncontrollable, like maybe just bad timing when your unit came out. So, even just a little bit of your time, like with a lot of VTubers, a little bit of your time, a little bit of your engagement can make a world of difference. Like you do with me. They make me smile a lot, so I want them to be able to smile too. And I want them to get all the opportunities. I want their hard work to pay off. Because so often in life, hard work doesn't. It's not enough. And I guess I'm asking you guys because if this is the one way I can help ensure that their hard work pay off. Hard work of the people who so often make me smile or have been kind to me. I want to do what I can to ensure that it means something. Like girls come out in the video, we sang the song and do the dance. They sure did! Hot damn! I think the great thing about idols is that they can be so niche, and even small followings are so dedicated. Oh yeah! Very dedicated. All the Starmen, Tempura, Armada. Oh, I got a cough again. Incredibly dedicated. You can see it at the beginning of a concert. There's all the drawings and messages that people put in like the hashtag for the concert. Like if I got more popular, it's not because I would want to be, I need everyone to love me, or I need to reach like 1 million followers or whatever. But to get popular enough that I could live a better life. Ollie's dad, Uchuchuu, thank you! But I wanted to be cringe for 12 months. It's been amazing being a part of your community. Can't wait for... Ollie's dad, what timing! Thank you, and happy 1 year! That's like 1 years today! Stacks Murphy and Ollie's dad, holy crap! Be cringe. This is the cringe channel. Whoa, cringe! Hey! What was I saying? Oh, if I got popular, it's not because I need everyone to love me or I need like thousands and thousands of people to be watching me. I need to be marketable. If I could live a life doing what I love, making you guys smile, and live a better life for it, be able to do more, I think that's why I would want to be more popular. You know? I don't need to be famous. I just want to be stable enough so I can be the best Myobi I can be. Which I'm not saying is like all reliant on you guys or things. Do not take that as that at all. But I'm saying like, in the way of that my idols, I want them to have more opportunities, not because I need them to be #1. I need people to recognize that they are the best. I want them to be able to have access to the opportunities to follow their dreams. Like how you guys give me so many more opportunities to follow my dreams. I didn't want to get all mushy and whatnot, but I love being a part of this group. You'll be the best you can be. Yeah! Ollie's dad, I'm so happy to have you as part of, like, our stars. Of our constellation. And that's true for all the stars, so I don't mean to, like... I'm not showing favoritism. I want to rest assured. But I'm so glad, you know, especially because, you know, a lot of those of you who are regulars now, you've come to me within the last year. And that was... Last year was a very... It felt like a very make or break time. Because I had just come back from a year-long hiatus. That was very rough. And it was looking like, you know, being Myobi wasn't gonna be an option. And when I came back, there was people who did stick around, but it was definitely different, you know? A lot happens in a year. But the fact that I could still bring smiles to new people, even though I lost all my, like, momentum, the fact that there was people who I still made smile a year later, that was very important to me. It meant a lot. And seeing you guys pop up in chat or on Discord or in Twitter, you know, a year later. That means a lot to me. They're your badges, but they're my badges of honor. About to have that founder badge next to my username. Yeah! Every star is proof that I can do something good. So thank you. It's hard to have proof, you know, of things you've done. Especially when it feels like, you know, surviving takes up a lot of your energy. You know, like, what proof do I have that I've done something good? But every day that I'm able to see you guys, anytime that you come back, is proof that I did something good. That I've been a good Myobi. So thank you. We joined the same day, apparently. Holy crap! What was the stream that day? I wish I knew. You're the best at being Myobi. Thank you. Ain't nobody doing it like Myobi doing it, and by doing it, I mean being Myobi. Oh, my throat. Happy anniversary, guys. Thank you. Oh, it's getting under my headband. Hey, don't put your hand under the headband. You're gonna mess up my hair real bad. I will stretch. And we're probably gonna have to end stream because I can feel my passageways getting gunky. Need to scruff it up. No! Do you know how hard it is to get my hair to behave? You know how much there is? I know it only has the 2 long pieces in the front. But and it's not like my hair's thick, like the actual individual hairs are thick. I just have a lot of it. I got a cough. Yeah, that's why I'm doing it. Ah! It knots up so easily. So easily. And so I keep it short in the back. It's like impossible to take care of when it's longer. Ugh, my nose. Okay, I gotta get out of here. I gotta stop talking. This is not good. This is not good for me. I gotta get some food. But I'm gonna see. Is there anyone that I can send you over to? I don't know who would be streaming this time of day. Pretty much no one. Alright. I'm gonna just go ahead and end stream. Go check out Everglow! If you can. Yum food, yeah, I don't know what I'm eating yet. Maybe a bagel? A bagel? Parents who misbehave will be put on Myobi hair combing duty. You're gonna be stuck there forever. Schedule or gorilla stream. Oh, yes. Probably because I'm still gunky, it's gonna be gorilla streams. So I'm gonna try and keep it to, you know, things that aren't reoccurring series. Like, we're not gonna do Hollow Knight or any other games that has, like, an ongoing story. Just so that you guys don't have to worry about missing it. We'll keep it a fun little, like, pickup games. And chatting and maybe some art. But yes. I will keep it to that. But definitely keep an eye out for gorilla streams. I do want to see you guys more. I got a lot of work I gotta catch up on. Too. Yeah. Thanks for streaming. Take care. You all take care of yourself too. Stay healthy. Get vitamin C. Eat your vegetables. Enjoy Bella's stream. I will. He's playing a Sonic game, baby! Wow! Hold on. Wait, how long was I muted? So I then, oh, cause I double hit the button.